We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies for the delay for the cut in stream there. It turns out Purple had serious internet issues. So much so, in fact, that he DC'd from Discord and Steam, let alone the game there. And we haven't seen him come back since. So, because the game is already running about an hour late, in terms of the original start time, we're now shortening down to 2 rounds.
Is that really going to be enough for people to get reliable scores?
Well, I mean, the actual competing players are the ones who are running late in the first place, so technically speaking, it's on them.
That is a fair statement. Okay, let's get it rolling then. And JT, if you follow him for too long, you can really lose a lot of time trying to chase him.
Well, we should see where the basement is not in the shack this time. JT and who is that? That is Draconator, both working a generator together. So, for objective points wise, this is actually a better start to the game for JT. And his points are crucial because he's currently sitting in second in the survivors standings.
Absolutely. He's only behind... Ooh. It's a little more than I recalled. He's behind by about 7,000 points, actually. So, at this point in time, every point counts.
And I think, yeah, I think JT's trying to signal to Draconator to, come follow me. Let's get some more points together. Whilst Costco is chasing Junrei, by the looks of it. Oh, and he got Junrei in the cornfield! With a sort of a medium distance chainsaw sprint. But Junrei goes down.
Very nice.
And JT goes straight for the hook rescue, but Draconator nicely juking the chainsaw attempt there from Costco. But Draconator isn't looking behind, which could be a mistake on his part. And Costco opting for the straight hammer hit there. So Draconator is injured. Rixor is working a generator on his own and pops it. Draconator has gone down. Another hammer hit somewhere. Oh, it was on a pallet as well. I don't know if Draconator's made a miscalculation there of some kind. He might have, by the looks of it, he might have tried to do a reverse pallet stun, and Costco may have respected it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. All I can tell is they were on the same side of the drop pallet. Who is that running right next to him? Right next to the person on the hook.
Might have been JT. And JT gets the hook rescue, but takes a hit for his troubles, and he goes chasing after Draconator again, who's only just been unhooked, and there's still 4 generators remaining. And that was a bizarre swing attempt. Draconator pulled down the pallet early enough, but Costco just slid off of it. He didn't get stunned. And JT has been healed, and he opts to cleanse a totem on the hill. Well, actually, any bonus points you can get beforehand is, before being chased furthermore, is always a wise thing, especially against a killer such as a hillbilly.
Absolutely. Although JT has a lot of practice against the hillbilly, considering he is a hillbilly main when it comes to killer, so... I don't know how many chainsaws are going to be effective against JT. He seems to be very good at reading the chainsaws.
Yeah, Costco is now being looped by Draconator, and it gets a nice time stunned as Draconator. He gauged that correctly. He knew just enough times to loop Costco, then set him up for the stun. Oh, but he tries running away, tries being a little bit sneaky, but Costco is having none of it. He lands a hit on Draconator. Meanwhile, 3 survivors working on the generator in the middle. Now, Draconator's gone down. And Costco has spotted JT and he hits him with a hammer. Now I wonder if he's doing that with JT because he doesn't feel confident with the chainsaws and just wants to assure himself of the hit.
Quite possibly, but no, I'm not quite sure why he chose to chase Draconator so long. However, it seems to have been a good idea knowing that survivors would go in very quickly for the heals on him.
And he then disengaged from JT, tried shooing away the other two survivors from Draconator. And Costco's now just running around in circles. Well, sprinting in circles with his chainsaw, I should say, getting a few extra Devious points. He hits Draconator down again. But he knows he can't pick him up and hook him, so... He's now on... Well, he was going for one of the Davids. Who was that? I think that's Rixa. Yes, it is Rixa. And it almost feels like Costco's, even if it's probably not his intention, he kind of is patrolling Draconator's body at the moment. And again, he's going for another hit on Draconator. This is a really bizarre play here that Costco is making. Well, he's already got 5k Hunter points out of this. He tries going for a hit on Junrei. Misses, wasn't quite close enough for the swing. Junrei opted not to use the pallet, even though Costco showed no fear and just lunged right through it and landed the hit. He finds Junrei again in the cornfield. Oh, and Junrei went down. I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know if he tried being a bit slippery with his movement, but Costco was not being fooled by that. And this is going to be Junrei's second hook.
Is he going to the basement? No, he's not.
No, he's not going to the basement.
Even though it might have taken him a while to get him down there, it might have been a good idea to go for the basement because a hillbilly on this map has a lot of control when it comes to the basement.
Ooh! Draconator ran away too late. He noticed that Costco was coming towards him and JT and he caught a chainsaw. And who was that with the flashlight head? Was that Rixa? No, that wasn't Rixa, that was JT, but JT mistimed the flashlight attempt. And this is going to be Draconator's second hook. So both Draconator and Junrei on death hooks.
Now that could be useful, put a little bit of fear in them in order to make them not quite so bold, not quite so quick to go for generators and such.
I wonder if the survivors have somehow decided not to put more than one gen in the beginning just so that Costco doesn't tunnel them or something like that. Because it seems strange to me that with the survivors we got here, you know, we got the likes of JT, Junrei, oh, JT getting a nice pallet stun there, still being chased, still injured. But JT's got to be careful because there are no pallets inside the actual house, and the basement is there. And Rixa was nearby. Junrei and Draconator are working a generator together. That's actually the other side of the map, just outside the shack. Costco's still pursuing JT. He's looping around, realizes that JT's probably going to cost him some time, so he's deciding to go up for... I don't actually think Rixa... No, Rixa didn't go upstairs. I didn't think he did, but for some reason Costco did. And he went upstairs to look for him.
I mean, it almost looks like scratch marks were leading up the stairs and a little bit on the second floor, so... Maybe he started to run up the stairs, but then fell off the side intentionally in order to fake the scratch marks.
Or JT is using his flashlight to to signal to other players to, you know, saying, hey, come give me a rub, I need the heals. He's now found Rixa, but Rixa is sort of being stoic on the harvester spot there, making Costco go the long way around each time. JT and Junrei, meanwhile, are working the generator right in the middle of the map, in the middle of the corn. And they pop it, so that's finally another gen done. Draconator working a gen on his own. Oh, Rixa! Surprisingly baited the window attempt. And Rixa goes down to a chainsaw. Costco was close enough, curved around the tree, and then Costco goes down, and JT's trying a flashlight save again. He's a little bit too early though. And JT has a yellow flashlight as well. And Rixa, meanwhile, has picked up a map. Junrei's found a broken key. And he drops it right away. He doesn't want anything to do with that. JT takes a hit. And Junrei will go down in the basement to find that the basement chest has already been looted. Costco, meanwhile, has got over 5k brutality now as well. And JT goes down. JT wasn't close enough to that pallet. And Costco just went for the simple hammer lunge. And that was Rixa trying to block JT. No, sorry, that wasn't Rixa, that was Junrei. No one's actually going for Rixa.
That could be really unfortunate for both Rixa
and Junrei, oh my god, they body blocked enough so that JT wiggled out. But Rixa's gone on his struggle phase. And now Junrei's injured, he could go down here, and he does. Costco's already got max hunter points, he's picking Junrei up. They double heal Rixa. JT has got max altruism points, so he's good for that. He doesn't really need the rescue points that much.
Basement play, basement play, basement play, basement play.
And Junrei is dead in the basement, yes.
There we go. I'd actually forgotten that Junrei was dead on hook, but it's absolutely better, in my opinion, to utilize a hook that can't break as opposed to one that can.
Now, Rix has just popped the gen outside the shack, and that is all the 3 remaining survivors were there. Now another gen's been popped. So 1 remaining. They realise that Junrei's dead. Now both Rixa and... oh, now JT has been spotted. Rixa and Draconator both are on their death hooks. Oh! Nice play there, but Costco wasn't close enough, and he missed that hit there too for some reason.
Costco appears to have an issue with trying to swing too early and whiffing on survivors because of it when it should be an easy hit.
Now, did Costco spot... no, he somehow did not spot Rixa there. That amazed me. Like, I was so sure that Rixa was going to be spotted cleansing that totem. He just about finished cleansing the totem and moved away just in time to avoid being spotted by Costco. Oh, Draconator very bravely hiding behind that gen just to make sure he's not in line of that chainsaw, but he takes another hammer hit. He's now 1 hit away from being down, and he is on his death hook. Oh, he cheekily gets a pallet stun on Costco when he was stunned from the chainsaw and going into the wall, or into the pallet more specifically. Now, we need to actually see how many points JT's got on objective. He's doing great for Ultra. He's maxed out on altruism already, we know that. He's not got max objective, but he has got the gate right there. And Costco, meanwhile, still chasing Draconator. But Costco has... well, he was thinking about going to one of the exit gates. I'm not actually sure what he's doing. He's furthest away from both the exit gates, and he's going to the one on the left behind the shack. Does JT already have max objective after opening that gate? Rix has found the hatch. It's on a hill. It's on the hill where JT cleansed that totem earlier, which is just outside the house. Draconator's getting the points. Oh, and Draconator nearly got caught. Oh, and JT's there. He was trying to go for the gate. He hasn't got max objective yet. Oh, and Draconator was there too, injured. Costco is trying to chase JT because, well, he hasn't actually got JT on a hook yet. He almost did. Gotta be so careful here, because if Costco hears him being healed... Oh, JT again, very narrowly missing the hammer hit. And Draconator being chased, he gets downed by Costco. And Costco just wants to sacrifice points. JT, meanwhile, is getting the rest of the gate open. And he has not got max objective still.
Now, is that the first gate open, or are both gates open now?
Well, Rixa is actually... Yeah, both gates are open. Rixa's actually leading JT to the hatch.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
And yeah, Rix has pointed out the hatch to JT.
Yeah, considering Rix's score doesn't matter here, I don't believe it would make a lot of sense for him to give JT the hatch.
JT's got max boldness as well, and that's going to be max objective too.
And we already agreed he had max altruism, right?
Indeed, yeah. And because of his wiggle too, he got 29.5k points.
Very nice indeed. That is absolutely what he needs to pull back in front of Applesauce.
Absolutely. Rixa with 20,374 points. Draconator with 17,206 points. And Jinray with 13,446 points. Costco with 25,688 points. Red is playing as the Doctor.
Ooh, this could be brutal.
And she's already spotted someone in the cover. She spotted two people in the cover. And who is that? That's got to be Junrei for one. And who was the David? Is that Rixa again? It is, yes. So they have already been spotted. And oh, what a great combo attack. Denied Junrei from getting the pallet stun. And followed it up with a hit as well. And I think everyone's been affected. I think everyone except... yeah, everyone's in tier 1 already. Junrei's gone down. My god, it's not just Costco, it's also Red. For some reason, they're very keen to get Junrei down on the ground and on the hook first.
Luck of the draw, maybe? Maybe they dislike Junrei that much?
Quite possibly. There isn't really that much in the way of pallets in the corner Junrei's hooked in, as well. I mean, there are a couple, but not that many. And Draconator, for some reason, dropped right in front of Red. Just narrowly avoid the shock, but Draconator is actually a Doctor main, so I'm not at all surprised that he knows a fair bit about how to try and avoid the Doctor's attacks. Now, I think that may have been Rixa who popped the first gen. JT is cleansing a totem. Draconator's still being chased. and getting shocked as well. He put down a pallet to make sure he wouldn't be hit, but well, now Red's activating punishment mode. She's going to try and go for the hit, and she does. She gets the attack bonus, gets Draconator down. So this is actually a solid start for Red, as well as a couple of the survivors.
Absolutely, 1 gen done and 2 survivors so far. That's not bad.
Oh, and JT was running for the hook rescue, but gets spotted by Red. Oh, and she tried the lunge, but wasn't close enough. She breaks down the pallet, and JT's going to go for the hook rescue. And Draconator, well, he kind of got farmed a little bit there. Red opted to put him down into, get him into tier 3 and then down him, but is obviously not going to hook him straight away. Junrei, meanwhile, is the one who's probably going to be found next. Rixa has been in the basement looting. Yes, and Red finds Junrei again, who leads her to where the pallets are, and she baited that drop, and Junrei fell for it, so that's a pallet wasted there. Junrei is in tier 3 madness. Draconator has been fully healed. He's still in tier 3 madness though. Rixa has a brown medkit, Draconator has a yellow medkit. I don't see the other item. I have a feeling that Rixa may have already found the third item. If I vaguely recall, I might just be imagining that completely, I don't know. Rixa tries to avoid the shock, but gets hit with it. Or struck with it, I should say. But Red's trying to swing from too far away. Does eventually get on the hit though, and gets the attack bonus. She is fractionally shy of 5k deviousness already. Junrei is trying to snap out of tier 3 madness. And JT is in tier 3 madness. And this is the part where Red's game might hit the slopes a bit here, because she's now chasing JT, who is looping her. She's getting the shocks in, she's still getting good deviousness, but... Oh, and she got baited into that pallet stun. And again, the other one, well actually that time, JT didn't even need to loop her, it was just a straight run to it and get a pallet stun, so... This is exactly what JT needs for his points. He's now trying to snap out of it. I think Red has wisely decided to disengage. He's back on Draconator. Who's now trying to loop her. And, well, he's very good at dodging these shock attacks. Oh, she couldn't swap back to punishment mode quickly enough to get Draconator, who's going to find that those pallets are gone. Draconator's still being chased. He's almost like he's got an intuitive sense for where the doctor is going to place that shock attack. And she's now healing herself. And, well, Red wasn't even looking at the pallet, but Draconator dropped it to be on the safe side. Draconator leading... trying to lead Red directly to JT, and not sure if that was intentional or not, but... they're kind of blocking each other. Draconator is right in front. Either that or JT is trying to put himself between Draconator. No, Red wants Draconator. And now she's swapping out of the attack and now gets him down. Draconator already in tier 3. Now I forgot, I mean, not that Red's points matter this game, but has she already placed him on a hook previously? Like consecutively?
You know, I can't actually remember. Do we happen to know how many people she's hooked overall?
Well, she's definitely hooked Junrei once. Hooked Draconator once after she got Junrei.
No, I'm not entirely sure on that.
She's actually racking up the deviousness pretty well, though. I mean, she's got a combo attack on JT. Gets a great stun. JT's finally got max boldness. You know, I think JT is deliberately putting himself up for shock attacks because he realizes that every time he loses red and gets some breathing space, that's extra survival points for snapping out of it.
Absolutely.
Oh, just got over the window in time. Red wasn't able to get the lunge. And she senses she's close to getting JT down. She just needs to close up a bit more distance. But now she's switched her focus to Junrei. And Junrei's going upstairs. Now, in a situation like this... Oh, he's trying to lead her up there so he can go through the window again. And back down. JT and Draconator are healing each other. Rixer is hiding downstairs, so we can tell from his view that... Oh, I think Junrei juked a hit there, but he goes down to that second attempt from Red. And JT's signaling to Draconator, so follow me here. Junrei is now being escorted to a hook, with Rixer right behind it. Now that is also Junrei's second hook. Now how many points did he get from that? He's got... Oh, JT's got max Ultrism as well as boldness. So JT's doing extremely well this game.
This could be what he needs to stay on track.
Draconator takes another hit. Junrei patches himself up with his brown medkit. Draconator goes down. Rixer cleansing a totem. So, all in all, like, JT's got the hardest points out of the way already. I mean, he just needs to focus on getting 8k objective if he hasn't already done so. And he hasn't even been hooked once yet as JT, so he's looking extremely good for this round. You can see JT working a generator there. We need to see what he's doing for objective points. If the spec view wouldn't automatically glitch out to a view I never requested for it to go in the first place. They are popping gens though. JT missing a skill check there. Wow, he's only got somewhere in the region of 4k objectives, so objective points is where he's lacking. Which makes sense, because the game hasn't been going on that long and he's already got max Ultrism and boldness, so... I'd be absolutely astounded if he managed to fit an 8k objective in the same time somewhere. Junrei, meanwhile, working on a gen in the middle of the corn just outside the house. He pops out one. Rixer is being chased. He is in tier 3 madness.
Seems like these survivors are just ready to get out of here at this point.
That's another gen popped. Now, Rixer... I don't think he's been hooked once yet. But Red, she predicted where Rixer was going to go. Through that window, she went for the right side and got him down. JT at least is past the 5k mark of objective. Junrei seems like he's hiding in a closet. Not that far behind Rixer, actually. Yes, and that is indeed Rixer's first hook. JT, meanwhile, working a generator upstairs in the Thompson house. And Junrei is being chased away from the hook. JT is deciding to bail from that generator because he reckons Rixa might be in need of assistance. And sure enough, he's heading towards him, but I think... and JT did a couple of 360s. Now Red is pursuing JT, whilst Junrei goes for the rescue for Rixa, just in time as well, before Rixa went to struggle.
This isn't the first match that he's, you know, gone on the hook without skipping a hook stage, has he?
He almost went to struggle, but Junrei saved him, so no. Like, that was his first hook, and he's on his struggle hook. Next time he gets up.
I'm talking about, like, all of this weekend so far.
Well, he did play more than one game, didn't he? So I think that wasn't the only case. I think he's I'm fairly sure he's had other games where he's been hooked normally, like he hasn't been made to wait and be cost another phase. But I can't remember to be certain. And there was another pallet stun there by JT, even though he's already got max bonus points long before that moment. He doesn't need to be chased, but obviously Red needs to get sacrifice points from him. And JT is just running rings around this. I mean, JT really would rather be left alone so he can get more objective points, but Red is almost lost track of him, but has found him again. And this is just costing Red a lot of time. Like, I know she needs to go after JT anyway to get sacrifice points from him. But she could easily, like, hook Rixa another time. Oh, JT's finally gone down. Outside of our vision, JT has finally gone down. Junrei is working a generator. And Red smacks JT. Probably frustrated with all the time she's poured into trying to down him.
I wonder if JT could still have gotten boldness points, how many he would have gotten just from that one chase alone.
Quite a few. And Rix has been found upstairs in the house. And he does get shocked. Tries a 360, didn't work. Red still landed the hit. Oh, JT Kobe'd!
Oh my goodness.
He got the Kobe! He's got the extra survival! My goodness.
All he has to do is escape at this point.
Incredible. The 4% actually worked for him at that time. Rixa, meanwhile, has been downed. Red is picking him back up after smashing in the generator and is taking him back to the same hook he was previously on, which is underneath the tree with the hanging cows. And that is Rix's second hook, and Red is actually past the 5k mark now on sacrifice points. They do pop the last gen though. And Red's going upstairs where JT is. Rixa's getting off a hook. And Red's gone back upstairs. Hits JT again. And, well, this is the thing now. Has JT actually got... I don't think he's got 8k objective points. Rixa has been found again, though. I mean, Rixa's fully healed, but he's trying to deny the gate being opened. I think JT's going to make it to the other gate, and yes, he's opening that gate. And Junrei's has opened one side of the gate, the one next to the... Was Richter trying to taunt Red there? Richter did commit to the exit. Red has got max sack points. Oh, we were just about to see how many points JT had, but the view automatically switched to, well, a glitched perspective. Now, is Red trying to shock Junrei because she needs the D-Resist points?
I can't see a lot of other reason to shock a stage 3 survivor.
And Junrei has committed. JT's on top of the hatch. And JT commits and he gets out of there, not taking any risks. And boy oh boy, JT with 30,900 points.
Holy crap.
Junrei 25,872, Richter with 18,275, Drakenator with 10,264, Red with 29,051 points.
That was absolutely a good play by Red. I retract most of what I said about her before.
I have no doubt that Red is actually practicing Doctor because she intends to play Doctor on the Thompson House for her actual match in about an hour or so. But the fact that she played Doctor, I think JT must have been singing her praises, saying, yes, a killer I can actually score extra survival points from, and getting a Kobe on top of that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Absolutely, but yes, for that reason, we do have to cut it short here, folks. But yes, do stay tuned for about just over an hour from now. We have game 28 starting, which is where we're going to have the likes of Red, Mr. Drakenator, and Schnar playing the killer side. I believe we have Applesauce and Dr. Pudding playing as well, the first and third place survivors. So that's going to be one hell of a game to watch. Yeah, people are asking if we can play the last 2 rounds, but I honestly cannot keep carrying on. So whatever's decided, well, I'm sure if Starpoint wishes to decide something or another, I guess it can be done. But from my end, I have to cut it short here, folks. So thanks for joining me, Nerd. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And there may be more action very soon, maybe even before Game 28. Who knows? Just stay tuned.
Have a good night, Dragon.